Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we are doing Midweek Magic and it's everyone's not quite favorite. It's a personal favorite of mine. It's Momir. So for those who are not familiar with Momir, you get a deck that is all basic lands. I believe we still get all snow covered basics. And the creatures you get are random. You will have to spend one of your basic land cards to get it. They're not showing us the deck this time, so we'll see what we get. Again, this is what you get from Momir is completely random, but it doesn't mean it's devoid of strategy. There are plenty of ways to play around. We've had variations to Momir where it's like they've included other cards, they've expanded the pool. This one is this one's actually very different. We got the multicolored Momir again. So this time it's Brothers War. Also kind of awkward too. We're gonna need red and green somehow. Anyway, generally I would like to play the black and blue cards first. Probably not going to. We're not gonna lead off on our. We're gonna try to avoid playing on 2 or 3 if possible. So when I place a land, or if it shares. Okay, opponent's gonna ding themselves a bit here, but yeah, it's a shame we're not getting Arbalest Engineers anytime soon. Probably will take the 2 for now. That is an interesting hit, I would say. Opponent is going to. It is kind of. It's a slightly unfortunate that we are We could pitch these cards though, since we're probably nowhere near casting it. We're definitely not casting any of them anytime soon. Yeah, we will pitch one a tree. Probably not the Arbalest Engineers. We do have the option to poke. Probably the Cabaretti Charm, since we're a ways away from casting that. Becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. When Dream Strix dies, learn. Unfortunately, we don't have a sideboard here, so we're not learning anything. If our opponent swings, I will chump block the Junkyard Genius. Opponent going for a 5. 2/5 hexproof, not the worst. I could pitch this one, but yeah, that had first strike, so that would not have worked. We can choose to decline. No real reason. But we got too many swamps. We're gonna pitch one, see what we get. Do get Mountain. But our opponent does have an advantage. The Powerstone tokens are gonna be a very big deal here. So this will come down as a 3/3. We can probably chump this one. Our opponent, do note that if we have access to these cards, our opponent probably has access to them as well. Opponent probably just gonna take advantage of being ahead of the curve. Yeah, any creature that ETBs with the Powerstone token is a big deal. 4/5. I could put a +1/+1 counter on this. That will allow us to block, which is probably a good choice here. I will have to make a 2-drop as well, though. Yeah, well, let's make a 2. Yeah, probably. Well, we got Chump Fodder, that's for sure. So I don't know if we've stabilized that much. Our opponent can easily just go for a big 7-drop and could blow us out. We'll only have a 6-drop to catch up unless it has a good ETB. Opponent going for a 6. This is a whiff, which is good. Opponent probably stops swinging at this point. which should buy us some time to get back in the game. Ooh, Solar Blaze. That will kill this. It will kill all of our creatures, unfortunately. So that's not playable. We're more likely, we are gonna die from this unless we can hit something. Now let's see. Bells and Lock. Nope. Ooh, Ancient Copper Dragon. That. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, look at the top 5 cards. Well, we'll see if we do hit something. Nope, all lands. That's fine. Because there were a few. Do we only get the no? Because we drew into a Solar Blaze also. Ancient Copper Dragon be interesting. Most likely this does get blocked. Let's also check. I did not miss No Menace. This has a hex proof. We're probably gonna chump block that. Actually, having these additional cards mean you are not gonna die to a Bells and Lock. Ooh, this is bad. We actually have to block these two now. Not the worst thing. Though we are probably gonna. But it does mean we can't play lands anymore. No, opponent's gonna let it go. Yeah, we'll do a 7-drop. I could also swing with these, but there's a very good chance we die. So we're just gonna put something out on the board first, see what we get. We're getting dragons for days. I guess we can safely swing with one of these. Now this has flash, so we can wait for our opponent to play stuff. Yeah, they get to draw a card, but we can kind of play around it. So that said, we have a free blocker. We can take out one of their... Okay, this is only a threat if our opponent has 6 cards in hand, and it's mostly going to be lands. So that this is pretty much more for the draw to discard a card. Opponent going for the full 6 lands a hexproof turtle, and opponent concedes. Yeah, we held them off long enough. If they swung with everything, I could Urtai one of the threats. Most likely the Cemetery Gatekeeper, or even just the Flyer, and just take it from there. Though to be fair, with other pulls we probably would have lost, but we did manage to keep up. Also, there was strategy in deciding if we kept holding onto the spell or pitching them. So, very interesting. Meanwhile, we do have Attend the Pests, but no creature to sacrifice. Do we pitch this one first? This one checks based on power, so we probably want to cast this much later. Oh yeah, and for those wondering, there are many reasons we don't use up our cards on 1 or 2. One, because there are ways for that to actually whiff. There are a number of creatures that have like an X in the mana cost, so you're probably gonna end up with a 0/0 that does nothing. So thank you for the card. I will definitely play a creature in this case. We'll just sandbag the Solar Blaze. That was also not another thing. The Solar Blaze was probably a very decent card, but in the board situation earlier, it did more harm than good. We will play a 3-drop first. And in fact, we will play a 3-drop even without doing. So we will do the tap Powerstone token. We learned from the best. In that case, we learned from our opponent. In the first game, that Powerstone token is gonna get us to 5 and 6 very quickly. It also gives us some. Well, it doesn't give us the option to cast spells, but it's the perfect option for Momir's emblem. Our opponent. Okay, there are some instances. If it's the charms not in these colors, opponent would be needing either a green or a blue mana source. Or green or blue mana source there. Yeah, I was wondering if there was any more. Then I realized, wait, there's only 2 colors missing. Okay, so charm is on the table, possible. We can hold this back for 10 the pests. Opponent is going for a 4. Gets themselves a nice 2/5. Okay. I can do Croaking Counterpart just to keep the ball rolling. And we can flash it back anyway. So we're taking an initial hit from here, but the plan now is we can go straight to 7 drops, 8 drops, 9 drops. And if our and depending on the ETB that we get, we can flash back, but probably not the engineers again. That's way too greedy. We need to have something more solid at this point. Opponent's going for their 5 and hits. Draw a card's not bad. That's actually quite good. We can even copy this to draw a card ourselves, though the 4/4 is probably more relevant. Bit unfortunate because neither of these will get past the crab. Although we do have Croaking Counterpart, we can flash this back, so we get no double strike on a double strike already creature is kinda overkill. Let's see, if we're unfortunate, our opponent does have Riveteer's Charm, or it's Riveteer. Yeah, Riveteer's Charm is the one that forces an opponent to sacrifice their highest mana value creature. They could have. Opponent does have their own Solar Blaze. Okay, they cleared the board that way. So, but that means they haven't. Well, they could they go for a 2-drop? They could. Is it worth it? Probably not. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm actually gonna pitch the 10 the pest this time. 8 drops and 9 drops are quite fine. Right now, the big question mark is, what are the cards that are not lands? Ooh, this is actually okay. Normally this would be a dud because there are no spells, but we do actually have spells to cast this time. Though, like if I cast Croaking Counterpart, I could bounce this or whatever their next big thing is. Also, there are some really busted 9 drops for us to look up. There are also some dud 9 drops, but there are some really good 9 drops. So we're probably gonna just stop at 9. 10. 10s are a bit fixed, but actually 10's not bad. You might hit Ulamog, but I believe there's Ulamog. There's the Great Worm. We are approaching 9, which is which is what we call the Zakama or bust game. Opponent admittedly does have more cards than we do, though that was pretty much off the back of a really good solar plays. Opponent's going for 7. This one we will bounce. That's what Croaking Counterpart's for. Though, and as far as creature cards, this is from graveyard, so they can actually take our Arbalest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, this is bad. It's targeted. Okay, so that was a whiff. We should have just targeted our own. I was trying to be cute, but I forgot about the timing. Let's pitch the island. Is our opponent gonna give us fishes? No, they're gonna act. Well, they don't need to give us a fish right now. It's got. Again, our sometimes Solar Blaze is really good. It was good for our opponent because of our creatures. It's not good for us, but I'm still holding on to it. You never know, they might actually have this one creature that we have no way of dealing with. Urtai Resurrected. We will get to draw a card. They will end up paying. This one we don't want to bounce. Oh, do they want to? Okay, they're gonna go for the token instead. We got our own Urtai. Though I probably don't want to spend it on this card. Opponent not going to tap because they're not planning to attack. This is actually going to be one of the slower ones. Oh, 10 the Pests. No, it would have just been annoying. It wouldn't have been that meaningful. Opponent will eventually catch up, so we really want to hold on to our Urtai for as long as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I go for a 10 drop? Let's go for a 10 drop, I guess. Well, this is not going anywhere anytime soon. We did hit the Ulamog. That's the good news. So let's see. Now, this is not perfect. An actual bounce effect like the Tidesbound Tyrant we had a while ago would work here. But yeah, the only reason we're able to get this far is really just off the back of our Arbalest Engineers, the Powerstone tokens. If you have them in your opening hand as an option, it will make or break the game. Now that said, yeah, this is not like if our opponent has a way to make a sacrifice, we're good. They're kind of good at least. Maybe now that I know what's up, I will definitely hold this one back so I can maintain a counter spell. Also, I realized that we got extra large libraries here. Opponent went to exile, did not exile this one. This would have been a legit target. Okay, I don't understand. Like our opponent even spent the mana to pay for the ward. They could have easily exiled this. This is just indestructible. What? Something. We could just go for another 10. Actually, we're gonna go for a 7 here. Oh, this card. That card's a thing. Ooh, and I want to see what the rest of the milled cards are. So there's Path of Peril, Rigo Streetwise Mentor. Ooh, this will definitely. Oh, this one feels like a trap. It will convince people to play really cheap. Well, it combines with 10 the Pests. There's the Cabretti Charm. There's the Junkyard Genius. So at least we have an Urtai Resurrected. Our own Urtai Resurrected to protect our board. Opponent's down to 32 cards. This one is only an ETB trigger. It's still painful though. Normally this would have been the... this format would have just been, okay, just play my land and pray I hit something good off the top. However, we are in... This is the kind... With the additional cards that they've added, there are some interesting strategies. Like the solar. Okay, there's also Law Mage's Binding. There's Arbalest. Opponent's going for an X equals 7. Note that we can only counter the stuff in hand, but we're not gonna be able to deal with any ETB triggers. Would be a negative impact to us. Opponent lands creature. So we're not destroying creatures anytime soon. But thank goodness Ulamog just hits. Ulamog still attacks the library. Oh, King Darian, what does he do? Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Creature gains hexproof and indestructible. This is actually interesting. I could play this one. Like in the event our opponent does have some kind of really shifty effect, I can do the hexproof indestructible thing. So I still have to swing. It's really just to attack the library. That's pretty much only way we're winning now. Rip apart, Croaking Counterpart, Unleashed Inferno. So that's fine. Opponent's now going for an 8-drop. Yeah, this is actually a really nasty 7-drop to land. Whenever you attack, double target creature's power. So we will get hit for 14. Oh yeah, if we wanted to hit for extra damage, I would... Oh, he can't target... Oh, they can't target it. The protection also means they can't target it themselves. Okay, so we're only taking 7, not too shabby. Technically, we could have taken 10, but our opponent will have an Orfeo to hold, stay back. Like, we're hitting for what, 7, 8, 9? I can make it an 11. Protection from creatures is here, but our opponent is not gonna get away from the card draw. Well, no counters. Yes, and there are other ways to lose the game. Might as well take a look. King Darian. So not that many. Oh, there's a Savage Smash. Yeah, but not that many other cards. If not for the Ulamog flip, we probably would have lost. There are going to be some games where, yes, your opponent just happens to hit the best possible creature. If not for a board state, I would have just conceded and moved on. Then it really is it is what it is. Also means that this might not be a very long well, it depends. I could probably lose a lot of matches in a row. Sometimes you get really lucky, sometimes you don't. So we do have the rip apart option, and we actually have enough. Well, more likely to play this for assemble, but even then, I feel like I'm actually gonna pitch the card. So I want to keep up rip apart as an option here. So, and again, as much as possible, try not to play 1 or 2 drops if you can. If the 1 or 2 drop in question is really something we have to answer, we do have the rip apart. Does this qualify? Not really. I'm actually gonna hold back on this one because I do have a way to get this creature to die. Depending on the 3 drop our opponent drops, it might even be the next one. And opponent has Regal. Oh, they went for that. So they're gonna draw card. So that is the strategy they're going for. So we will have to play a 2 drop. We're still missing the green, but I can pitch a plains first. Draw bridge. It does a good job of holding Rigo back at least. Though we are going to be really short in cards since we ended up playing both a spell and an additional card. Opponent going for 4. Now we can actually swing, hold back Assure. Though it's more likely our opponent does not block because this does have, oh, this has haste. Okay, no death touch. Okay. This time I am actually going to hold back. I am going to go for at least a 6 drop and a 7 drop. Because our opponent can't go much farther. This might be where we are in trouble, since we're actually playing spells rather than playing off creatures. Opponent hits a 5. 7-3. Okay, so... We're probably not swinging with Yeheni anytime soon. Although this does make it a good blocker now because we can just sack the drawbridge. Okay, we're gonna go for our 6 drop. Let's see if we hit. Oh, that's a whiff. We did not spend mana for either of those. It's still a 5/4, but it's not the best possible one. Now note, I could have swung in. I could have swung in with this one and just sacrificed one of these creatures. Probably a bit. I could have tapped this, swung with this one. It's a vanilla 5/4. Let's see if our opponent goes for their 6 drop. Oh yeah, and having an expensive card like Assure Assemble means that our opponent will not die to the Bells and Lottery this time. It could be annoying, but it's not the game over it used to be. This is a shame. Bells on. Opponent goes for their 6. What do they hit? Okay, that's a big whiff. But we'll definitely go for a 7 drop at this point. Let's see what we... Oh, Path of Peril. Destroy all creatures. Unfortunately... Oh wait, we can cleave this. It's just white-black. Actually, I might want to just hold on to it. Okay, we hit the Bells and Lot. Okay, not too bad. In fact, might as well start swinging now. So, deals target creature excess damage, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So, opponent does. We're the ones with artifacts or enchantment, so that might be a problem. Dark Tactics. That's an exile effect, so. Yep, Yeheni goes. They could swing with this one just for a quick jaunt into the dungeon. Yes, I almost said jungle. Let's see. None of these are mana value 2 or less. This is actually a good card to teach people not to play 1 and 2 drops. I can in fact play the Arbalest Engineers. Well, no, I can't. I'm missing green mana. If I hit the green mana, I would play that. Also, that means we can't cast Unleashed Inferno either. We're probably gonna have to pitch both of them. Opponent going for a. Well, our opponent's not quite fortunate on this part. We will have to let them get the free venture. But we definitely are saving the Path of Peril. There are enough creatures that just simply block us that we will have to reset. Ooh. Well, no point activating it. We already activated the ability. But nice. Wow, the dragons are really making an appearance here. Let's see. Opponent doesn't have anything worthwhile for the cackling counterpart. Their best bet is to just After seeing Sarah's Emissary, I would say their best bet is just to, maybe they do have a solar flare. Yep, solar blaze. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, we'll go for a 9. Yep, sorry. Can't count. It's an 8. And the bridge gives haste. That's I could have drawn more cards, but heck, I would take the win instead. Yeah, I guess we can call this episode. Yeah, I think that feels like a lot of Momir for the day. Yeah, we're gonna call it. That's gonna be it for this very quick episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, actually, I'm going to try to take a look at details, but for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, they don't give us the list of all the spells that they've had on the site. I would say the notable spells I've noticed are Solar Blaze, Path of Peril. Those are the board wipes. Unleashed Inferno, also a decent board wipe. Actually, I noticed that a lot of the ones they're giving good cards to are the ones where you don't normally play the lands for. But yeah, they need to update the detail for Momir. This is already a lie at this point. It's not original Momir. It is Momir Plus. There is a little emphasis on green now because yeah, Arbalest Engineers is a good add-on. There's the Cabaretti Charm. Let's see. Not 10. The 10 the Pest is a weak one, but the Cackling counterpart is a good. Croaking counterpart is a good one. Then what else? There's a King Darian. Yeah, a lot of it's emphasizing on white and green, which are the lands that are usually less played. But then again, it is what it is. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.